Hello and welcome to Animated Wonders, an Explosion Network podcast where we celebrate animation in all of its forms. This is Animated Wonders. In this season, we'll be discussing all the films in the Despicable Me and Minions franchise. Hello, my name is Blight, and joining me to discuss this week's Animated Wonder, Ashley Hobley.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here to talk about a cockroach-themed supervillain.
Which...
what we're all dying to see.
I was about to say, on paper, when you say it like that, maybe it doesn't sound like such a good idea. But here we are. This week we're talking about Despicable Me 4, released in 2024. It comes from the United States, directed by Chris Reynald, written by Mike White and Ken Dario. This comes from, of course, Illumination and Universal Pictures. Cast: Steve Carell, Christian Wiig, Pierre Coppin, Joey King, Miranda Cosgrove, Stephen Colbert, Sofia Vergara, and Will Ferrell. Synopsis: Gru, Lucy, Margot, Edith, and Agnes welcome a new member to the family, Gru Jr., who is intent on tormenting his dad. Gru faces a new nemesis in Maxime Lamal and his girlfriend, Valentina, and the family is forced to go on the run. So, I sat down to watch this under the assumption I'd never watch this. I then get about 15 minutes into the movie and go, I have watched this. And the fact that I could not remember it until I was like that far into it sort of says a bit about the movie. But yes, I did watch this. I don't remember when I watched it. I did not see it in the cinemas, so I watched it at home at some point.
You didn't look retract.
No, I guess I could go back. But I just mean, like, context-wise, I don't remember when, because I didn't watch it in cinemas. I don't know why or when or whatever. But yeah, as the movie went long, once it got going, I was like, no, I remember where this goes and how it goes now. But the fact that I literally could not remember anything until watching a little bit kicked my brain back into the gear. And I was like, no, I have got this. Yeah, I think speaks to sort of my thoughts on it, which is that it's highly forgettable. Doesn't have a lot going for it. And the villain, as we're sort of talking about, is junk, I think. And honestly, I think my biggest problem with this one is I think there is a funny element about taking Gru and the family into the suburbs and the whole the next door neighbor girl wanting to learn off him, and all of that's its own little fun element. And if they just sort of done that and let that run, focus on that, I think you've got a much better movie here. That's sort of, you just put Gru in the mall in those awkward like tennis scenarios and whatever else. All of that's fun. The second you've got the Maxine Demont Will Ferrell cockroach thing, that it just feels, I'm like, we just do this because every movie has to have a new villain for him to fight. You know, it's falling into the whole, similar to my complaints with a lot of the Marvel movies and superhero movies, where it's like, we've got to have a big CGI battle at the end here because it's tick that off the list. It feels similar to that. Whereas I'm like, there's enough interesting stuff here that you could have just expanded on that, and I think that would have been a much more interesting movie. Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, this was the first time I watched this movie. Somehow I managed to avoid it at cinema. Yeah, so going in, knew very little about the movie except remembering that this one has Gru and has a son now.
Yeah,
who doesn't like him.
Yeah,
that was the main selling point of the trailers from memory.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy that this movie with Will Ferrell is incredibly not funny. Yeah. You know, I agree with you. Like the elements where he is like having to deal with living a normal suburban life, or having to remember to keep his, undercover name like, no, what's the term for what they are?
They're in like whatever
witness
protection sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, his fake name, you know, and then also like going in, like Agnes has, I think, a very interesting storyline set up of like, I don't want to lie because it's wrong to lie, but that's never really paid off outside of her not wanting to say her name at karate.
You get that one funny karate scene, and then
that's it, and then they kind of disappear from the movie until later. I think it's definitely incredibly unbalanced in, you know, in its plot. and yeah, the pacing is off, and it's definitely the weakest of these movies, I think. And yeah, there is definitely interesting elements. I think, yeah, the plot line around him being blackmailed and having to pull off a crazy high school heist is fun. But outside of that, there's, and also his interactions with his son, who is constantly fucking with him, is quite enjoyable.
Like the whole outside of that, yeah. All that stuff, like him sitting at picking up from school in the lineup and being like, if only some alone time, and he goes to drink the coffee, and then Gru Jr. just fucking with him the whole time. Like that's the best stuff in the movie, is just moments like that, just Gru trying to adapt to this, raising a baby who hates his own dad. Like it's funny, the balloon popping and everything. Yeah, like that's all fun, but yeah, I don't know. Which leads me to my only note I really wrote down in this. How the fuck did Mike White end up writing this trash?
That is a good question. I'm like, I looked at his like filmography. I'm like, has he got some sort of connection to these Despicable Me movies that we haven't seen in a long time? No, he does have like a connection to Illumination, clearly, because he wrote Migration, the duck movie from 2023, and also was credited with screenwriting. Oh no, that was from he was a writer on the Emoji Movie, but that was an Illumination.
No, that's Sony. Isn't
that was Sony Animation, yeah.
Yeah,
but I guess like they liked Migration, so they asked him to come, like maybe come do some tweaking.
I know, because he would have been writing this before that, presumably. You know what I mean? Or at the same time, I guess, or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
because they come out a year apart, so he would have been writing Migration. Yes, I guess they liked his script. I don't know. It's just such a random.
Involved.
Yeah, that's what I really want to. Out of all the things in this movie, just seeing Mike White, which I don't think I noticed until I can't even say that I didn't notice. I don't remember watching the fucking movie, so maybe I did. Maybe I didn't notice that the first time I watched it and then moved on with my life. But I don't know how he ended up involved in this. And this is literally the last movie he wrote, because he's now just been doing nothing but obviously White Lotus.
He just pumped out seasons of White Lotus, yeah.
Which is pristine television and fantastic writing. So I don't know. It's not like he hasn't been involved in writing some. I mean, he's wrote some bad things as well. So it's not like his thing. But
he's not batting 100. Is what you're saying.
He's not batting 100. Yes, very good. But he has, his career does have some weird stuff in it. It's like, why was he brought on to help co-write Pitch Perfect 3? Is another like,
yeah.
There are some interesting like times in his life where it looks like people have gone, "Hey, Mike, mate.
Hey, Mike, do you need a paycheck?
Want a payday?" Or like random 4 for 3rd entry.
He's always been successful, but before White Lotus, I don't think he had like steady commitment.
No, he was mostly just known for like. I mean, he was mostly known for School of Rock, like I'd say.
Yeah, and then later. Did you know he was on Survivor?
Yeah, he's known for Survivor amongst some.
I believe he's coming back for the 50th season.
Yeah, he's back for the new one. Yeah, which I'm not even a big. I'm not a big Survivor guy, but I kind of want to watch it just for him now, to be honest. But yeah, he was on it like. It was around the time School of Rock was on, I think, like probably like mid 2000s. I think is when he was on it. So I think from memory, because I remember seeing it on TV when I was young, whenever that came out. So probably like 2005, 2006-ish is like School of Rock. I think it was around the same time. Mike White's an interesting dude. I know we're talking about Despicable Me 4, but him being on this is the most interesting thing about this movie to me. Because as far as similar to we said it off air, this franchise, as we've gone along, diminishing returns is so far definitely the words I'd use for Despicable Me / Minions series. Core themes and everything else, I got nothing really. I didn't even write down jack shit. pull something out of your ass.
I'm struggling to wing.
Yeah.
You know, deal with your childhood trauma, like childhood grudges. You know,
I guess so. Maybe
because that's the key thing. Well, I guess it's a film about parenthood. You know,
yeah,
and a father learning to connect with his
child
who is naturally, I mean, all children are naturally drawn to their mother first, because it's, so I mean that it does have that,
but again, it's so
it could have been better if it leaned into that more.
Yeah, we're really pulling out the threads to say, but I mean, yes, you're right, but also, unlike the first couple entries where it felt like there was something of substance deep within the what we're watching, that feels like we're pulling at threads to get anywhere. Yeah.
How do you feel about Mega Minions?
Completely wasted. Was just a marketing thing.
I mean, it was just a thing. It was a thing to probably, one, sell toys.
Yeah.
Two, give them something to do this movie, because again, they don't know what they want. It's crazy that Minions are so incredibly popular, but they don't know what to do with them. It feels like, maybe they just, they don't work in like a feature length film. Need a bunch of shorts or something, like to
I don't know.
Short bursts.
The thing is,
although they do have some fun bits in this, I did enjoy one of the minions getting stuck in the vending machine and
just living there,
progressively just accepting that their life is now
their life now. Yeah. But the thing is also this, and obviously we haven't watched the movie yet. It's this whole, because the next one, the one we're leading up to with this whole series, Minions and Monsters, they've now, because we talked about the last episode, they do a sequel to Minions. It's not really a sequel to Minions. It's not Minions focused. It's just Despicable Me again with Minions and title. And then ever since every movie after the original Minions movie, it felt like they were saving any good material for the Minions for their own movie, even though then when they do a sequel to Minions, they don't give the Minions material. And then Despicable Me 3 and 4, it feels like they just don't know what to do with the Minions. But then after all that, the next Minions movie we're getting, Minions and Monsters, is another just solely Minions focused movie that is again set before Gru and everything, which is probably why. Yeah.
I've not been paying enough attention. I watched one of the trailers and that was about it.
It's set in I think they said I can't remember the year, but it's like early 19 somethings or something apparently, like before Gru.
That makes sense, because obviously it's about movie making and that kind of stuff. So
yeah, so at some stage for some reason, the Minions decide to
left the Arctic and went to Hollywood.
They try to make a monster movie, but I think because they're Minions, they don't understand that it's makeup and special effects and whatever, or people in suits. So they have to go find real monsters, I think is my understanding of what we've seen of the new one at this stage. But I mean, my point is that they just don't know what they're doing, and they do that weird misstep with the Minions Rise of Gru movie, and then we're going back to Minions being the star. So I don't. It's like, I don't know, at this stage just remove them from the fucking Despicable Me movies. But then you got to have them there because it's so
important
and part of the image of.
It's part of the DNA of the films.
DNA of the films, yeah. So I don't know.
Here's my before we get into other stuff, I guess. Does this feel like the last Despicable Me movie? Because it closes with a big musical number where every single villain from the series shows up.
Well,
and
yes, and I hope so. And it's known that Steve Carell has said he's done with the role, but he said that after 3, I think. But then he came back and did Rise of Gru and this one. So money talks, I think, is the moral of that story. But I think
it's not like it's arduous. It's not like he's on set for weeks.
No.
You know,
But it still would take out time
take
and schedule when you could be doing another project, obviously, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I think it does feel like the last one, especially with, as you said, the closing sequence. And also, I do hope it's the last one because I think that there's like this is like, what do we do from now? I don't really care at this stage what we do. If they brought it back, if you go for if after Minions and Monsters they go for another Despicable Me, if we're doing the rotation, move it up like 15 years. Have Steve Carell come in to do basically he's a guest star in the movie, and he'll probably agree to do that, and just make Gru Jr. the new star or some shit. And at least then you can move in a different direction. Gru Jr.'s in high school. Like
he wants to be a villain or something.
Yeah, just that would be the next understandable direction. But the Gru as the star of the series is over. I think would be the way I think you could picture the series continuing, because it doesn't matter. Like Gru Jr. becomes the star of the series, the minions come with him. You know what I mean? Like that's fine. Surely the girls are growing up. Then you can age up the girls as well. They keep having to change the voice actor of the youngest one anyway, because and I can't remember her name. The oldest one.
Remember Margot?
Yeah, Margot. She obviously the girl. What's that actress name?
Miranda Cosgrove.
Miranda Cosgrove. Yes, Miranda Cosgrove was like, I don't know, teenager, or like maybe 18 or something, probably when she started the voicing.
Post iCarly,
yeah, but now she's like 30. So that's how long the series has been going. You know, like she's voicing the same age character across, which is not unheard of, obviously, in animation. But I'm like, she could voice the character as an older version.
Yeah, it'd be normal. You could bring Elsie Fisher back to voice out.
Yeah, yes, you could. Yes, so maybe do that. I don't know. And
Mike White, if you're listening.
Yeah, Mike White, who is obviously in charge of the franchise now. Between duties of White Lotus seasons 4, 5, and 6, or whatever you're writing.
Yeah.
All right, wondrous elements. Pick the 2 elements of film that stood out the most for you: animation, visual style, music, sound design, voice performances, world building, emotional impact. Is correct.
I mean, animation, visual style, just because they generally look pretty solid.
Yeah.
The designs of all the designs of the Mega Minions are fun. The designs of the look of the what's his name again? Will Ferrell's character,
Cockroach. Man,
I did enjoy the reveal. That was at least pretty good. Like he's like, I love cockroaches, and then I made myself a cockroach, and he's obviously hiding under that giant coat thing, So that's fun. Outside of that, maybe voice performances. Just one, Stephen Colbert's neighbor who was desperate to not talk to Gru anymore, and Joey King's Poppy, who is playing a very good obnoxious teenager trying to get her way. I think are both good performances.
Yeah, I'll just say same as you. I couldn't pick anything else.
You don't care enough to think of your own original talking points.
No, I do not. Favorite character scene or moment?
I mean, it's the breaking into the school. I think that's probably the best set piece in the film. From them going from the minions screwing up and bringing Gru Jr.'s diaper bag instead of the actual tools they need to break in, to them losing the balloon they came in on, to having to try and use the baby stuff to break in, to them getting stuck in the office, to the honey badger who was described perfectly, actually, one of the highlights of the film. How bad honey badgers are, being sedated, I guess, by, what was it, Bahamas Blast?
Something like that,
yeah. I thought that was probably the best sequence to their escape.
I'll just say Gru Jr. is a character, because I do think all the Gru Jr. focus stuff, as I was talking about before, the car stuff, the That's every just interaction between Gru Jr. and Gru generally is the best stuff in the movie. That's quite funny. So, yeah. Only final thing I forgot to mention. Let me just what's the fucking character's name? This is the one where they recast the Doctor and got rid of Russell Brand because he.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dr. Nefario.
Dr. Nefario, thank you. Dr. Nefario was recast as what's his name? Is it
Ramesh Ranganathan?
Yeah, who is a very funny comedian, does a funny podcast, and isn't unlike Russell Brand, was not embedded with a million different sexual assault allegations at this point. So, yeah, I kept thinking because every movie is like, oh, starring Russell Brand, and obviously he's in the news a bit at the time.
I was surprised he was in the last one.
Yeah, because it would have been still at the time, but I don't know. Maybe they recorded.
No, because they kind of wrote him out of the one before.
Yeah,
like they wrote him out of Despicable Me 3, but then they brought him back for Rise of Gru.
Yeah, for one sentence basically.
Well, I mean, he had a few sentences, like obviously he was the character who introduced or like helped Gru meet the Vicious Six and that kind of stuff. So yeah,
but yeah. So that was the end of Russell Brand's Despicable movie animation history. Not the end of Russell Brand's Despicable
career.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Animated Wonders. Let us know what you thought of the film on social media at explosionnetwork.com/follow. If you enjoyed the show, you can find more podcasts, reviews, and pop culture coverage over at explosionnetwork.com. And if you'd like to support the podcast and Explosion Network, head on over to explosionnetwork.com/support. Until the next episode, remember that animation is cinema.